You will find the manifold layouts for a single jet, dual jet, and 3-jet system on page 11 of your installation guide. It's very important that you pre-plumb the jet manifold before installing it into the pool wall. Badu swim jets are unique because the suction and discharge are in the same housing. The suction is on the bottom of the jet housing and the discharge is on the top. This means that Badu swim jets are VGB compliant without the need for further plumbing if installed properly. When plumbing the jets together, make sure they are as close together as the fittings will allow, about 10 to 12 inches on center. Use a level to make sure the jets are as straight as possible. When gluing the PVC to the jet housings, be sure to use a heavy body glue and allow it to dry for at least 12 hours. Using Teflon tape, screw each air regulator hose nipple into the top of each jet housing. Once this is complete, and using the clamps provided, attach each air regulator hose. Using the covers provided, cover each jet housing before gunite application to make certain that concrete is kept out of thread inserts and the jet housings. For 2 and 3 jet systems, the jet housings must be installed as close to 10-inch center to center as possible for maximum performance. Do not install the jet housings more than 12 inches apart on center. Throughout the entire installation, make sure the plumbing connected to the BaduStream jet housing is well supported. Unsupported plumbing will crack the jet housing. In areas with soft soil conditions or frequent earth movement, a flexible section of 4-inch hose should be installed at the back of the jet housing to prevent plumbing or jet housing damage. The center of the BaduStream jet nozzle must be located 12 inches below the waterline for maximum performance and efficiency. The air regulators should be located 3 to 4 inches above the waterline. The BaduStream assembly package contains all necessary parts for the installation of the unit into concrete, gunite, liner, or fiberglass pools. Please note that the suction and discharge lines are encased in the swim jet itself. No additional plumbing is necessary. The discharge connection is at the center of the back of the jet housing. The suction connection is at the bottom of the jet housing. For optimal performance, use 4-inch plumbing when the total distance between the pump and jet housing is 30 feet or less. The plumbing should be as direct and free from turns or bends as possible, because elbows and other fittings can create large friction losses and reduce the performance of the system. The shortest length of pipe with the minimum number of fittings possible should be used to avoid any significant friction loss due to the pipe and fittings. A maximum number of 7 90-degree elbows may be used with 30 feet of horizontal 4-inch pipe for the suction line and 30 feet of horizontal pipe for the discharge line without negatively affecting the performance of the system. If more elbows are required for the installation, 4-inch sweeps must be used in place of the elbows. When using sweeps instead of elbows, a maximum of 9 4-inch sweeps may be used with 30 feet of horizontal 4-inch pipe. If the pumps cannot be located within 30 feet of the jet housings using the maximum number of 4-inch elbows or sweeps, then 6-inch plumbing must be used. For the suction line, use 6-inch plumbing and fittings from the connection at the jet housing to a point directly beneath the pump. From that point, install a 6-inch elbow. Then run 4-inch pipe vertically up to the suction connection of the pump and finish with a 4-inch elbow. For the discharge line, 6-inch plumbing should be installed from the discharge connection of the pump all the way to the pressure connection of the jet housing. The suction line should remain below water level from the suction connection at the jet housing to a point directly beneath the pump. Caution: do not use the pump as a fixed point support for the plumbing. For a trouble-free pump priming up to 4 feet above the waterline, first install a 6-inch long riser in the discharge connection on the top of the pumps. Then install an elbow and lead the discharge lines downward to the discharge connection at the BaduStream jet housing. This is not required with our 3.5 horsepower pump Model 72. On systems with 3 jet housings and 2 pumps, check valves must be installed at the discharge connections at each pump. Make certain to tape the jet housings to keep concrete out of the threaded inserts and out of the inside of the housings themselves. Recheck the location of the jet housing while applying gunite or pouring concrete. Make sure the jet housing remains properly aligned and level. To avoid stress on the housing, the jet housing and 2 to 3 inches of plumbing stub out may be encased in gunite or concrete. Caution: too much stress on the plumbing may crack the BaduStream II housing. Make sure that the air regulator hose nipple, part number 14 in your installation manual, is at the top and center of each jet housing. Failure to do so will result in the square cover appearing uneven. The center of each jet housing must be located 12 inches below the waterline for maximum performance and efficiency. The front edge of each jet housing should finish even with the inside pool wall. Scrape out a V-shaped groove around the jet housing, approximately 1.5 inches deep, to allow marcite to seal against the jet housing. See Figure 10 in your installation manual on page 12. Once the concrete or gunite is fully cured and the pool wall is completed, install the clamping ring and anti-entrapment round or square covers per the instructions in the owner's manual. The anti-entrapment cover must be in place when using this product. Do not use the BaduStream if the cover is missing, broken, or loose. The anti-entrapment cover should be replaced within 10 years from the installation date. Installation requires a Phillips screwdriver. Hand tighten only. Do not use electrical or air drills. Failure to keep suction outlet components clear of debris such as leaves, dirt, and other material can result in an increased potential for suction entrapment. Regularly inspect all drain covers for cracks, damage, and advanced weathering. If a drain cover becomes loose, cracked, damaged, broken, or is missing, close the pool and replace the cover. The wiring of the pool motor and control box should be done by a licensed electrician in accordance with all local, state, and federal codes. Be certain that the motor frame and control box are properly grounded. The motor nameplate lists voltage, phase, amp draw, and other information, as well as wiring connection instructions. There is 50 feet of air tubing included with the BaduStream II swimjet system. The control box should be located within this distance of the air button. If a longer distance is required, please contact the factory regarding the use of a smaller diameter air tubing. As required by National Electrical Code, the pump motor must be electrically bonded to the pool structure, such as reinforced bars, by a solid copper conductor not smaller than number 8 AWG via the external copper bonding lug on the pump motor. Make certain to permanently ground the pump motor and control box using a conductor of appropriate size. For the pump motor, connect to the number 10 green-headed ground screw provided inside the motor terminal box. For the control box, connect to the aluminum grounding terminal strip on the inside of the control box enclosure. Do not connect to electric power supply until the unit is permanently grounded. The air regulator location should be 3 inches to 4 inches above the water level. For installation, you will thread one air regulator hose nipple into the back of the air regulator holder. Connect the free end of the plastic air regulator hose to the nipple on the back of the air regulator holder. Then secure with a hose clamp. The air regulator can be located in the tile above the water level or in the deck. When tiling the pool, adjust the air regulator location so it is 3 to 4 inches above the water level. Place and set with hydraulic cement. The air regulator holder should finish flush with the inner pool wall. Drill a 1/2 inch hole in the tile line, even with the center hole of the air regulator holder. Tile over the air regulator holder. Caution: do not plug the center hole of the air regulator holder. Next, insert the M10 by 80 mm brass screw through the bottom part of the air regulator, the 42 by 11 mm, and the air regulator gasket. Thread the M10 by 80 mm brass screw into the center of the air regulator holder, then tighten with a flathead screwdriver. Install the hose ring and snap the top part of the air regulator into place. When you prime the pump for the initial startup, make sure the pump is off. Then remove the red fill cap on the top of the pump. Fill with approximately 1 gallon of water and then replace the cap. Turn your pump on, and it may take up to 5 minutes to prime initially. It is essential that the jets are aligned properly in order for the system to function correctly. To align, insert each jet adjustment tool into the jet nozzles. Bring the ends of the adjustment tools together so they are touching in between the jet housings. Then raise the tools together so the ends touch the water surface. Then remove the jet adjustment tool. And enjoy your BaduStream II swim against the current system.